If you take this F as a fixed point, that is called as focus, and the fixed line is called as directrix. The curve open at right, it is called as right-handed parabola. So see that parabola is symmetric with respect to the axis of parabola. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. This is Shruti ma'am lecturing in Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. So in today's session, we have discussing about the parabola, that is another part of conic section which we have learned in our previous session. So the four parts of conics which are very important for your syllabus this year is circle, parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. In our previous session, we have clearly learnt about the circle and its characteristic, how to frame and write an equation of a circle, also how to write its characteristics on a given condition. Today, we will clearly study about the parabola and its characteristic and the general equation of parabola and how to write its characteristics of an equation when the conditions are given. So let's see, what do you mean by parabola? A parabola is a curve whose distance from a fixed point and a fixed line will be same. If you take this F as a fixed point, that is called as focus, and the fixed line is called as directrix. So you will get the curve like this when you go on writing the distance and the directrix as a straight line segment. So if you go on writing the distance like here, if you take this distance, then the distance from here and distance from the directrix will be same. Here also, the distance from the focus to the curve and curve to the directrix will be same. So therefore, it's a curve obtained by the focus whose distance from it will be constant. Also, the distance from the directrix is also a constant. So we have written here P1F, that is distance. P1F is equal to P1V1, P2F is equal to P2V2, P3F is equal to P3V3. That is, it is a set of points in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed line. So here fixed line is called directrix and the fixed point in the plane, that fixed point is called the focus of the curve. Standard equations of parabola. So parabola has four orientation, that is based on the coordinate axis. It may open towards right, it may open towards left, it may open upward and it may open downward. So these are the four orientations of parabola. Let's study them one by one. So in the first case, you can see here the origin is called as the vertex of the parabola. So wherever the x and y axis and the curve of the parabola touches, it is called the vertex of parabola. Always we take vertex as the origin. So therefore the value of the vertex is 0, 0. And I said it has a focus. So clearly the focus is here on the positive x-axis. On the positive x-axis, any point can be represented in the form of a, 0. And I said it is a curve whose distance from a fixed point and fixed line will be same. That fixed line is called as the directrix. So the distance from the vertex to focus and distance from vertex to directrix will be same. But the equation of the directrix will be x is equal to minus a, because here it lies on the negative side. So therefore the equation of the directrix here is minus a, focus is a, 0. So what we write here, so the vertex of this parabola, or we can write it as origin, is always 0, 0. The focus is a, 0 and equation of directrix. Equation of directrix here is x is equal to minus a, that is at a distance of minus a from the y-axis or the origin we can say. So this is the equation of directrix we can write. Since the curve open at right, it is called as right-handed parabola. So the equation of this type, the standard equation of this type is given by y square is equal to 4ax. Here clearly the value of A is always positive. If in case you have negative, that means it lies on the negative x-axis or negative y-axis. So this is the standard equation of the right-handed parabola. Next case we have, so this is the left-handed parabola. Here the focus lie on the negative side of the x-axis. So therefore we represent it as minus a comma 0. Remember, a is positive, that is the distance from the origin is always positive. So from here to here the distance is a only, but since it lies on the negative x-axis, we write the focus as minus a comma 0. Whenever the focus is on the negative side of the x-axis, obviously it is understood the directrix will lie on the positive side of the x-axis. So therefore the directrix has the equation x is equal to a. So here the standard equation of the parabola is y square is equal to minus 4ax. Minus indicate it is the left-handed parabola. So the next one is upward parabola. Here also you can see, so it is x-axis and the curve is open towards y-axis. So clearly the focus lie on y-axis. On the y-axis, x coordinate is 0. So therefore we write focus in the form of 0 comma a. If the focus is on the positive x-axis, directrix must be on the negative side of the x-axis, but the equation changes from x is equal to a or minus a to y is equal to minus a, because the general equation of any line parallel to x-axis will always in the form of y is equal to some constant. So here it is y is equal to minus a. So here the general equation is x square is equal to 4ay. So here 4ay is a positive quantity, so therefore it is an upward parabola. Next we have downward parabola. Here the focus lie on the negative side. So therefore we write it is in the form of 0 comma minus a, and directrix will be on the positive side. So therefore the equation become y is equal to a. The standard equation of this parabola is x square is equal to minus 4ay. So this is the standard equation of the downward parabola. Now observing all these, what we can conclude? So here are the characteristics of the parabola. So see that parabola is symmetric with respect to the axis of parabola. So look at the parabola here. So just look at the positive quadrant, that is the first quadrant. It is exactly the mirror image of the second quadrant. That is, it is symmetric towards x-axis. Here, axis of the parabola is x-axis. We call y as the tangent to the parabola. Similarly, in the case of left-handed parabola also, the axis of parabola is x-axis and y-axis is called the tangent of the parabola. Clearly, you can see this is exactly the mirror image. So, therefore, parabola is a symmetric curve towards x-axis. In the case of upward parabola, y-axis is called the axis of symmetry. So, here also you can see whatever you have, the half of the curve is exactly half towards the first quadrant. So, it is clearly a symmetric. So, and the axis changes. So, for right and left-handed parabola, axis of symmetry is x-axis. For upward and downward parabola, the axis of symmetry is y-axis. And y-axis will become tangent to right-handed and left-handed parabola, whereas x-axis become tangent to upward and rightward, and x-axis become tangent to upward and downward parabola. So these are the characteristics of the parabola. The next one is, when the axis of symmetry is along x-axis, parabola opens to. If the axis of symmetry is along x-axis, parabola either will open towards right or will open towards left. So this can be easily verified. So if the axis of symmetry is x-axis, equation always starts from y square. So equation starts from y square. If y square, here 4ax. So here a is positive and here y square is equal to minus 4ax. So here a is negative. Remember, if the equation starts with y square, then it might be a right-handed or left-handed parabola. So based on the sign of A, we can recognize if A is positive, it is right-handed. That is, if focus A is positive, that means it lies on the positive side of x-axis. So therefore, it is right-handed parabola. If A is negative, means it lies on the negative side of the x-axis. So therefore, it is a left-handed parabola. Similarly, we can say when the axis of symmetry, this one is along y-axis, equation starts from x square. So that is x square is equal to 4ay or x square is equal to minus 4ay. Again, based on whether A is positive or negative, that is focus is positive, means it is upwards. If the focus value is negative, that is if A is negative, it is a downward parabola. Next. So the standard equation of the parabolas have focus on one coordinate axis. Okay, vertex is always at the origin. Remember, the origin is always called as the vertex of the parabola, and directrix will be parallel to the other axis on the other coordinate axis. If it lies on the positive coordinate x-axis, then directrix will be in negative side. If it is on the positive side of y-axis, then the directrix will be negative side of the y-axis. So exactly vice versa for the focus and directrix of the parabolas. So thus what we can conclude, we have four standard forms of parabolas. What are those? One is y square is equal to 4ax, which is a right-handed parabola. Next one is y square is equal to minus 4ax, which is left-handed parabola. Next we have x square is equal to 4ay, which is upward parabola. And x square is equal to minus 4ay, which is downward parabola. So these are the four orientation and standard equations of the parabola. Next we come across latus rectum. So what do you mean by latus rectum? It's a straight line which passes through the focus and perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. So here I have taken a right-handed parabola. You can see here, this is the focus. And we have a red line here which is passing through the focus, and it is exactly perpendicular to the axis of parabola. Which is the axis of parabola? It is x-axis. So a latus rectum is perpendicular to the axis of parabola and passing through the focus whose end points lie on the parabola. So these are the end points of the parabola here. It will not extend further. So exactly the end points of the latus rectum lie on the parabola, and it is perpendicular to axis of parabola and passes only through focus. And the length of the latus rectum is given by 4a. So also you can clearly write the equation of the parabola. So if here is the focus, then the line directrix will be here. So if the focus, we can write it as a comma 0, then the equation of this line can be written as x is equal to a. So this is the general equation we can write for a latus rectum. Suppose if we take an upward parabola here, like this. So if this is the focus, we write it as 0 comma a, and some way the length, this is the directrix whose equation is y is equal to minus a. Then the equation of latus rectum can be written as y is equal to a, because it is on the positive side. It is at a distance y is equal to a from the origin. So therefore the equation becomes y is equal to a. So whenever the axis of symmetry changes, the equation of the latus rectum, directrix, focus, everything changes, but all depends only on the value of a, that is focus. And also remember, the distance is always exactly 4a. So the next question we have here, find the coordinates of the focus, axis of parabola, the equation of the directrix, the length of the latus rectum of the given parabola. So here they have given you some standard equations of the parabola. You have to write the focus, axis of parabola, equation of the directrix as well as the length of the latus rectum. So let us see here we have y square is equal to 8x. I already said if the equation starts from y square, then it is a right-handed or left-handed parabola. If it is positive, then it is clearly right-handed parabola. So let us compare with the standard equation. Y square is equal to 4ax. So if you compare, we get 4a is equal to 8. So therefore, a is equal to 2. So clearly for a right-handed parabola, so the focus always lies here and directrix always lie here. So the focus can be written as f(a), 0, that is equal to 2, 0. Next, which is the axis of symmetry? Here axis of parabola is x-axis. So x-axis is axis of parabola. Next, we need to find out the equation of directrix. If focus is at a distance a, then obviously equation of directrix is on the negative side of x-axis. So therefore, we write it as x is equal to minus a. Next, we need to find out length of latus rectum. So length of latus rectum is always 4a. So length of, I'll write it as LR, which is nothing but latus rectum. Its distance is always 4a. 4a we have already calculated, it is 8. So this is how we are going to write its characteristic when a standard equation is given. Let's see the next question. We have y square is equal to minus 8x. So compare the equation with y square is equal to minus 4ax. So clearly we have minus on both sides. So 4a is equal to 8. So therefore a is equal to 2 here. Now y square is equal to minus 4ax means it is a left-handed parabola. So therefore focus lies here and directrix lies here. So focus lies in negative side of x-axis. So therefore focus become minus a, 0. So therefore here it is minus 2, 0. When focus is minus 2, equation of directrix is plus 2. And axis, let us write axis. Axis of parabola is here. Again it is x-axis because the curve opens towards x-axis. And here equation of directrix. So if focus lie on one side of the coordinate axis, directrix lies on other side of the coordinate axis. So here it lies on negative side. So directrix lies on positive side at the same distance. So therefore the equation becomes x is equal to 2. Next, length of latus rectum. It is common for all. It is always equal to 4a. So therefore it is 8. Since it is a distance, you have to write only the positive quantity. Next one. X square is equal to 6y. Again, x square means the curve is either upward or downward. Since it is positive, clearly we can write it's an upward parabola. X square is equal to 4ay. Let us compare. We have 4a is equal to 6. So this implies a is equal to 6 by 4. So when you cancel, it is 3 by 2. Now let us write the focus. X square is equal to 6y means it's an upward parabola. So the focus lie on y-axis and directrix will be somewhere here. So focus on y-axis always written in the form of 0, a. So therefore focus becomes 0, a, which is nothing but 0, 3 by 2. Here axis of parabola is equal to y-axis because the curve opens towards y-axis. Next, we have equation of directrix. So focus lie on the positive side. So therefore, directrix lies on the negative side. So we write the equation as y is equal to minus 3 by 2. Next, we have length of latus rectum. So length of latus rectum is equal to 4a, which is nothing but 6. Next, x square is equal to minus 60y. Clearly, it's a downward parabola. So we can compare x square is equal to minus 4ay. We take it as minus 4ay. So equation contains minus. So we take only 4a is equal to 16. So therefore, a is equal to 4. Now, x square is equal to minus 4ay means it's clearly a downward parabola. Focus lie here. So therefore directrix lie here. Its equation is y is equal to a and focus is 0, minus a. So let us write the equation now. Focus is 0, minus a. So therefore it is 0, minus 4. What is the axis of parabola? Axis of parabola, here clearly it is y-axis. Next, equation of directrix. So equation of directrix is written in the form of y is equal to 4 because it lies on the positive side of the x-axis. Next, length. Length of latus rectum. So length of latus rectum is 4a. What is the value of 4a we have? It is 16. So like this, we can write the characteristics of a given parabola whenever the standard equation is given. So next we have find the equation of the parabola that satisfies the given condition. So standard equation was given previously. We are supposed to write the characteristics of it. Now they will give you the characteristics of a parabola. We have to write the equation of the parabola. Let's see it now. Focus is 2, 0. Directrix is x is equal to minus 2. If you take this as x and y axis and this is origin, origin is always the vertex of the parabola. 2, 0 means here is the focus. And directrix is here x is equal to minus 2. So clearly it's a right-handed parabola. So therefore the parabola is towards right. So therefore the standard equation is y square is equal to 4ax. So from these two observations, clearly what we get, we have value of a is equal to 2. A value can never become negative. Even though if they have given some minus 2, you have to take a as positive only. So therefore the standard equation becomes y is equal to, put a is equal to 2, 8x. So this is the equation of the required parabola. Next one. Focus is 0, minus 3, y is equal to 3. If you take this as x and y axis, 0, minus 3 means here it is. If focus is here, then the parabola will be like this. So if parabola is like this, directrix will be like this. And its equation is y is equal to 3. Clearly from the two observations, we can directly write a is equal to 3 and parabola is downward. So parabola is downward. So therefore, the general equation of downward parabola is x square is equal to minus 4ay. So therefore it becomes x square is equal to a value is 3. So therefore it is 4 3s are 12y. This is the standard equation. Next one, vertex 0, 0, focus minus 2, 0. So here it is, if focus somewhere minus 2, 0. So if this is the focus, then parabola will be like this. It's a left-handed parabola. So therefore, a value we get it as 2 and parabola is towards left. Since the parabola is towards left, the general equation becomes y square is equal to minus 4ax. So therefore this implies y square is equal to minus 4 into a. 4 2s are 8x. So this is the standard equation. Next one, vertex is 0, 0, passing through 2, 3 and axis along x-axis. See, we have a vertex. So clearly vertex, this is x-axis and y-axis. Axis along x-axis means if x-axis is the axis of parabola, then it must turn towards right or turn towards left. They have also given it is passing through 2, 3. Then it may be somewhere here. So clearly, if this is the point 2, 3, we can write this is a right-handed parabola. So clearly, the parabola is towards right. So we get the general equation is y square is equal to 4ax. So but we doesn't know the value of a. We can find the value of a since it passes through 2, 3. We have y square is equal to 4ax. So the general equation is y square is equal to 4ax. We can substitute the value of y and x. So we get it as 3 square is equal to 4a into 2. So we get 9 is equal to 8a. So this implies a is equal to 9 by 8. So let us substitute back in the equation. So therefore, the required equation of parabola is, so if you write it as y square is equal to 4ax, it is y square is equal to 4 into 9 by 8 into x. So cancelling, we get this as 2 into y square is equal to 9x. So this is the required equation of the parabola. Next one, vertex is at 0, 0, passes through 5, 2 and symmetric with respect to y-axis. So symmetric with respect to y-axis means the axis of parabola is y-axis. Either it must be a upward parabola or it must be downward parabola. But they have given it passes through some point 5, 2. So somewhere a point 5, 2 here. So if it touches the first quadrant means clearly it's an upward parabola. So it's an upward parabola. So therefore, what we can say clearly, the parabola is upward. So that is what is the equation we can write, x square is equal to 4ay. Now since it passes through 5, 2. What we can write? 5 square is equal to 4a into 2. So that is 25 is equal to 8a. So this implies a is equal to 25 divided by 8. So let us take this as equation 1. So from equation 1, substituting the value of a, we get x square is equal to 4 into a is 25 by 8y. So cancels 2's. So therefore the equation is x square. When you multiply with 2, it becomes 2x square is equal to 25. So this is the required equation of the parabola. So in today's session, we have learnt in detail about the standard forms of parabola and the characteristics of parabola. We'll meet you in the next session. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, keep exploring. Thank you.